Welcome to the game.
Kevin
And what game
was
is
the
this?
one and only son
Trials of
Aurelia's
Mana,
king.
which you know more about than I do.
So this
right?
is
Young
this
boy's
is
human mother had long
I believe
since
a
abandoned her
remake of
half-blood
the
child, leaving
older
him to be
game
raised
of
in
the
the
same
forest
name.
by the beastmen.
Yes, which had a different name before, which I can't remember.
Due to
It was
his
something
Spartan
3.
upbringing, Kevin never
The
connected with
original
others.
games.
He
Yeah.
was raised as his father's successor.
As far
and
as I'm
trained to
aware,
fight for
I guess
infancy,
they had different
leaving
titles
little
depending
time
where they were
for
released.
friendships.
The first
One
Mana
night, the young
game
prince
was
came
released
across a slain
as
mother wolf and her
Final
living
Fantasy
pup,
Adventure
Carl.
or Mystic
Finding a
Quest.
true friend in the
You know, it has
affectionate
nothing to do with
wolf,
Final
the boy's
Fantasy.
frozen heart
Then
began
there was
to thaw.
Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana. There's been a lot of other ones since, but Secret of Mana got a kind of remaster, not really a remaster I'd say, but a remake in the same vein as this. So this is remaking Trials, which was the sequel to Secret of Mana.
Which this is a cut down version, so I'm skipping a lot. I didn't want to put too much of just the story cutscenes and the plot and everything.
Yeah.
So I kind of jump ahead a little bit just to show some of this stuff.
You want to give us a bit of I guess, rundown of like, what was the whole setup of you playing this and what are we watching, I guess?
Okay, so this is just a little preview of the game itself, and you get the choice to pick out of, I think, 6 characters at the beginning.
Yep.
And I went with Kevin, the Beastman,
Yeah.
because he seemed like they give you a little brief description of their kind of character and what they do. He's just a straight up bare knuckle brawler, so it was pretty simple for me. So yeah, you pick which character you want, and then it changes the story. Like, the characters all have different stories.
Yep.
I think I can only base it off this because I never actually played the original game, and I kind of just going in with what I know. There's an overarching story about, you know, mana and saving things and protecting the world, as is often the case in RPGs, but the way they begin the quest and the reasons that they want to go on it change depending on who you pick. I guess their reasons stay the same, you just know about them if you pick them.
Okay, fair enough.
So basically, Kevin is a half-beastman who kind of doesn't agree with the Beastman Kingdom entirely.
Yep.
Kind of sets out on his own. And yeah, and then ends up meeting this character called Fairy, who I think I left that in there. But
I really like the visuals of the game. It's still kind of very much in like tune with the originals. The way like I guess the mountains are like composed and stuff like that. The older games were kind of a top-down. I guess if you can think of like the old Legend of Zelda sort of games.
yeah,
They were top-down in that sort of regard. Yeah, it's quite an interesting remake here. If you've never played the original ones on the Switch, I don't know if it's on PS4 off the top of my head, but you can get Collection of Mana, which has the Mystic Quest or Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and also the original Trials as well.
which I did a little bit of reading about it, which the original one came out on the Super Famicom.
Correct.
So this is a little bit of a visual change from that.
Big time.
Just a little maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it has some of the like visual similarities, but it's of course quite a different it's 3D, it's 3-dimensional, so it's a big upgrade right there.
Was the original one turn-based, or was it?
The original, no, the Trials of Mana was not. Well, it was not really turn-based. It was kind of real time.
Again, I'm kind of coming into this with no real knowledge, but that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because I have nothing to really compare it to, so I'm like, oh, here's just an RPG game. I don't know.
Not real time in this capacity, from my recollection. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see this series getting brought back and given a new lease on life. Not unlike the Final Fantasy that we did a video of a little while ago.
Yeah, bringing it all back. It's interesting. I like the multiple perspective thing. I guess it's intended for you to be able to go back and play as the other people.
Yeah.
Which
multiple playthroughs.
Which is weird because, like, here you go. This is the second character that I picked. Which the third character I picked, I didn't run into during the time I played it. But it's interesting because if I didn't pick her, would I have met this character at all? Because at one point in the footage that I don't think I put in this, I met one of the other characters you could pick, Hawkeye, the thief guy.
Yep.
And I met him and he just had some NPC dialogue. He's like, oh, times are tough. What, like in my homeland, what am I gonna do? And then nothing happened. I'm like, okay, so if I hadn't have picked to add her to the squad, would I have rescued her and then sent her on a merry way? Or would I not have met her at all? Or would another character that I met have been here? Like, help me, I'm falling and I can't get up.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure actually how it would have been. When I was younger, I played a lot of Secret of Mana on the Super Nintendo over here. Trials, I did not play that much. I actually didn't own it, but one of my mates had. In Japan, the series is called Legend of the Sacred Sword. So, what you're thinking of is this game is called Seikun Densetsu Free in Japan. Whereas, obviously over here they all got different kind of names and it was done a bit, I guess, differently. It's not technically in the Final Fantasy franchise, but it's kind of weirdly related because of the, I guess,
the Western renaming.
Yeah. Similar how, like, Dragon Quest kind of was originally Dragon Warrior, and they had different, like, naming conventions. Some of the Final Fantasies got released as the wrong number over here, like Final Fantasy, I think 5 and 3 got mixed around over here, and
it just took decades and a few re-releases to go. The game here's its real name.
Yep.
Instead of trying to fit it into a series that it's not part of.
Now, Charlotte, you're not supposed to leave the temple.
I'm curious if they're gonna release some of the later Mana games in this fashion, like there's Dawn of Mana, Legend of Mana, Children of Mana. Children of Mana was a DS game. That was the last one I played. That one had probably...
Oh, by the way, this is she's a healing cleric, so she has nunchucks.
Ooh. Nice.
I was very surprised by that. I guess I didn't pay enough attention. I assumed she would have a magical staff or something with which to use her healing magics, but she just had some nunchucks.
Yep.
She's awesome.
Leave it to me.
Let's try to tell the most recent one.
Also, all of her L's are W's.
Okay.
When she talks. Because she's a little kid. But she's not.
So the most recent Mana game was actually on PlayStation Vita in 2015, and that was Rise of Mana. Since then the series...
Good old PlayStation Vita.
Yep.
I enjoyed that console.
Since then the series has kind of been like stagnant, but now they're obviously getting the remake treatment, especially of the classic ones. I think the series, it's pretty like underrated, I think, compared to a lot of other Square Enix products. Like obviously Final Fantasy is undoubtedly the most popular Square Enix RPG like ever, like globally at least. Dragon Quest I think beats it in Japan, but the Mana series is very underrated.
I remember reading when I was looking into it to see what the original was called, and it's considered by some people's considered like a lost classic of the Famicom. I don't know if lost. I mean, I haven't heard of it before, but
you never played. Secret of Mana was pretty popular over here. The Trials did not get that much of a push over here because it came out towards the end of the run of Super Nintendo here.
Oh yeah.
On my way to Wendell to see
But,
Priest
There's a
anyway.
beast man and his name's Kevin.
Oh, you want to
I
see
like
Grandpa?
it.
Why didn't you say
Kevin.
so?
Kevin. Which is,
You
I guess,
didn't know it,
just because
but you helped your
that doesn't seem
chances.
like the most common name used in fiction. Like, her name's Charlotte, which is
Yeah.
also just a name that people
Waste
have.
of what?
Yep.
But I didn't think,
Come on,
oh, her
Slowpoke.
name's Charlotte, how
I'll
strange.
take
I guess
you
I
to
just,
my grandpa.
you don't often,
Now,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
to
I
Wendell.
actually am trying to think if another character called Kevin.
You don't see Kevin very often.
No,
Yeah.
or his friend the wolf named Carl. It's not usually. Although to be fair, fiction usually tries to give people impossibly cool names that no one would ever have.
Follow me.
You know?
It's true.
Small. Gotta protect
What's the
young one.
coolest like fictional name that you can think of
What is the
that
coolest
nobody
fiction
would ever have?
that no one would ever have? Huh? I don't know.
Handful. This could get ugly.
Well, I've never met anyone called Deckard
All done.
from Blade Runner.
Actually, yeah,
Or potentially Fast and the Furious, because I believe his name was also
Deckard
Deckard
Shaw.
Shaw.
I think I should name my son Deckard. now.
Deckard. Your name shall be Deckard.
It's a cool sounding name.
It is a cool name. It's just I don't know if anyone would have it. I mean, apologies if your name is.
Sorry for the Deckards out
Sorry
there.
to all the Deckards out there.
So one thing I just read is the reason why it was called Final Fantasy Adventure in the West was that Mystic Quest was originally planned to be a spin-off of Final Fantasy, but the game turned out to be too different, so it became its own series. But the people in the West decided to call it Final Fantasy Adventure anyways.
Well, they do that all the time, but Devil May Cry wasn't called Resident Evil Demons.
Yeah.
They called it Devil May Cry.
No,
Let it
true.
be its own thing when it becomes its own thing.
Yep.
Ah, you go. There you go. Get that healing magic so you can beat people up with your nunchucks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. From what I only played a little bit. It was fun.
Yeah.
Running around smacking
You've enjoyed it?
smacking monsters. Yeah, it was only like.
Is this the Switch or PS4 version?
I played on PS4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little RPG. Buy skills, put your skills on. I didn't really get too deep into it because this is still pretty early on. I think I only played up to like April, I believe.
Okay.
April 24th, maybe. I should probably do more research, but I'm pretty sure that's it. If not, may I be lambasted on the internet for being incorrect. That guy, I don't know why he dances every time you walk into a shop. He's like the innkeeper, the weaponsmith, the armorer.
Yeah.
Just this guy, and he's always super happy to see you. And then, by the way, I never explained that Kevin could turn into a wolf at night because there's a day-night cycle.
Was he a day?
He just looks like Kevin, like he does in the
so
other ones.
he's
But
Kevin
yeah,
by day, Wolf
by night,
yeah.
yeah. So when I played, the main thing the day and night cycle did was certain objectives couldn't be completed. Like, he was like, I gotta get through this door, and they're like, come back at night. The guards are a bit more relaxed at night, or like, wait until nightfall.
Oh, boss.
Yeah, this is the first boss, as far as I know. The Full Metal Hugger.
Full Metal Hugger.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the actual name. I thought you just made it up.
No, I'm
This
not
is the
that
elemental
creative,
we're
I don't
looking
think.
for. It's a giant
It took me 20
monster.
minutes to think of Deckard. Someone else came
So
up with
why
that.
do I feel mana power coming off
Yeah,
of it?
I jumped past a bunch of the story stuff just because
Fight the monster first.
experience it. But yeah, from what I was told in the game itself, Kevin is stronger at night. His attacks do more damage at night. I don't know what the day-night cycle does for other characters if it affects them. Don't know if magic is weaker during the night or stronger.
Kind of interested to find out that. And you think there's possibly a new addition to the game?
I think you can sleep at inns to change the time, but I think there might also be an item that lets you change the time. So you could probably do that in a dungeon. Maybe different enemies appear.
So what are you doing here? Like,
I'm just looking at the instructions and trying to figure everything out because I wanted to make sure I knew how to use the the healing items.
Oh god, I wasn't sure if the video just froze.
No, I was just trying to figure it all out, figure out the controls. So yeah, leave in a little bit of everything.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, just trying to figure it all out.
No, it looks like a lot of fun. I think this would actually be quite good for the Switch, to play on the Switch, I imagine.
Yeah, I can see that, being able to just jump in and jump out.
Yeah. I wonder, like, what other Square Enix, like, classic RPGs would you like to see them remake in this way?
Like complete remake.
Yeah, complete remake, not remaster, remake, HD, brand new,
I think I missed.
ground up, remade game.
I think I missed a lot of it.
Or maybe you can think of one that you always wanted to play but never got to. For me, I would love for them to remake Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, okay.
In this fashion, bring all the characters into like a fully three-dimensional plane. Even if it's like in the same style as this Trials Manor, that to me would just be.
Yeah, I've heard, I think, only good things about Chrono Trigger, and I've never actually played it.
I adore that game.
I'd be interested in playing Final Fantasy VII, and everyone's already remaking that, so that one's done.
I reckon they should remake some of the old Dragon Quests.
Oh,
Like some of the 2D ones, put them into...
Haven't they done that with some of them?
Oh, they probably have. I know they've remade some onto
Looking for Lumina? That'd be
onto
me.
3DS.
Nice to meet ya.
This guy's so, like...
And thanks for releasing me from the belly
He's
of
like-
that full metal
What the fuck?
empire.
He's a spirit.
What is that?
He's a spirit. Like, the game tells you have to
What
find
would
these
happen
spirits
if you
around the
hadn't
world.
come?
And he's like, you know, you expect spirits to be like, I am the great spirit of light. This guy comes down, he's like, how you going? Thanks so
Kevin.
much for beating up that bad guy. Man, it means so much to me. What are we doing? Saving the world? Hell yeah, buddy. Let me jump on it. You want some of my power? Don't even mention it. I'll give you some of that right now. You guys are swell. Come back and visit. He's just so nice.
Straight
I
up
love
from
it.
here, deep within
He's
the old
just-
ruins.
So jovial.
Yeah.
It's not what you usually expect. Usually they descend from the heavens.
Yeah.
Oh no! It's safe
Speak
though.
in ye old
Now,
language.
Something a little bit different.
Yeah, he's just like, what?
it seems
How are
like
you
the
going?
Nevadon
You guys
will
are...
be unsealed at any minute.
Man.
We gotta get the rest of the elementals. on
He's
board
already,
and
he's just
open
like,
the
come
portal
on,
to
I'll
the
help you out.
sanctuary.
Man, hopefully everyone else is going to be nice. I bet
The
another...
voice does not look like it would come out of that.
What voice does sound like it would come out of that?
Oh, doesn't even look like that thing should be talking, but...
Yeah.
A crack? Here. Wait,
You tell him,
maybe a shortcut.
Kevin. He's a good egg.
So the game's fully voice acted?
Yeah.
Nice.
Full of all your heroes and all your characters who there's no way, maybe it's profiling, but there's no way that they aren't villains. I skipped over it. I should have left him in, but when the evil jester comes in
Yep.
and introduces himself as Gourmand, the Death Devourer, why would anyone trust him? Why would anyone trust him?
What do you mean?
If someone walked
he's got
into-
a very innocent sounding name.
If someone danced into your house, like arms to the side, like marionette, danced into your house, went, how you doing, buddy? My name's Gourmand. I devour death itself. Ready to help you with some of my patented dark magic. Should you need my help?
He sounds like a lovely fellow. Why would you have any questions, Kane?
I have all the questions.
Is he the hero of the game?
I don't think so. I didn't get to that part, but I highly doubt it.
Gourmand. The Death Devourer. I would have no questions about his allegiance to good or evil.
No,
Clearly he is good.
none at all.
Is Gourmand going to appear in this video?
No, I guess I cut all of Gourmand out. Maybe so you could experience it firsthand.
Alright.
But you go, there's Luga.
Thanks for
You need to
taking down
buy the
that
game to
Saved us some
experience
trouble.
Gourmand.
Now, nothing's stopping
So when's
us
this
from
come out? Did you say
invading
more?
Winter.
April.
This is a
Alright,
present.
but go buy this in
to show
April if
our
you're not on
appreciation.
self-isolation lockdown.
Oh, come on. Well, it's...
I'm dating this
Yeah,
video
you are
now.
dating this video.
Unless this goes on forever, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not.
But yes, buy this game and
Maybe if we had
experience
some... Gourmand, the Death Devourer.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Everyone's favorite hero.
What do I do? What an end.
Oh, how silly of me! They call me Gourmand, Death Devourer. Our goals are the same, for I hate humankind as much as you do. May I offer you some unsolicited help?